After falling victim to an informed Celtic team in Indiana last time out, Chelsea will have a chance to fight back and redeem themselves with a better performance versus Mexican champions Club America. Lads, lasses and the rest of the masses, welcome back to the lead-in. Let's go. Let's firstly set the scene. It's Chelsea vs Club America, a repeat of the fixture we played in pre-season back in 2022, with the result ending as a 2-1 victory for the Blues. A lot has been made about the fitness of our team, and it's going to be tested here yet again, as the Mexican outfit are already 4 games into their regular season, losing 2 to San Luis and Tigres, and winning the other 2 versus Querétaro and Juárez in their last match. They looked pretty dominant in that game, but they are far below their usual standard, already doubling the amount of losses they had last season and sitting in mid-table in the early stages of the campaign. Part of that drop in form could be down to their transfer business. Despite bringing quite a few names in, including talented centre-mid Eric Sanchez from Pachuca and veteran Braga left-back Christian Borja, the loss of star forward Julian Quiñones to the Saudi League is a big one. The Colombian was a large source of their goals last season, scoring 21 of them and assisting 9 times in all competitions, and they are definitely missing him. That being said, let's take a look at the possible lineup for this America team and see what we will be up against. Firstly, let's talk absentees. The Eagles are without any injuries or other reasons for players to not be able to play from what I can gather, unless there are any knocks that happen in training between now and kickoff. I'll be putting Andre Jardin's side into the same 4-2-3-1 formation they have played in the majority of their games so far in the Liga MX Apertura campaign. First up in goal though is going to be their number 1 keeper, Mexican international Luis Malagon. The defence is started on the right, where the first fullback will be a man with a rather interesting number of 197, Dagoberto Espinosa Acosta. The centre-back partnership will be a combination of veteran Nestor Araujo on the right and Chilean international Igor Lichnowsky on the left. Finishing off that back line will be the man known as Chicote, Cristian Calderon. Moving into the midfield, we'll start with the 2 deeper midfielders. On the right side, I'd expect to see Paraguayan Richard Sanchez. Next to him in the engine room will be Mexican cult hero and a name you'll recognise, Jonathan dos Santos. Ahead of them in the attacking roles, let's start on the right once more. Ex-Feyenoord man Javiro Dilrosun is expected to be at right wing. In the centre will be Spaniard Alvaro Fidalgo, and finally on the left, though he can play in numerous midfield positions, I reckon this is where we will see the previously mentioned Eric Chiquito Sanchez. Finally, up top in the striker position will most likely be club captain Henry Martin, another player that's been a big source of goals for them in recent seasons. That's just a brief look at what their team could look like. Considering they are playing in a regular season right now and might not want to risk injury to star players, we could see a lot of rotation, so we'll have to wait and see. Now let's turn our attention to Chelsea and see what our lineup for this game could be. Again, we are without a large chunk of our first teamers, and new signing Philip Jurgensen I don't think will be ready for a start in time for this one, despite meeting up with the team in America already. Likewise, I don't expect the returning Enzo Fernandez to make an appearance here so soon after his arrival on the 29th. I'll be putting Enzo Maresca's Chelsea team into the 4-3-3/3-4-3 hybrid formation once again. I think we'll be looking to get a good result here, so I'm going to field a very strong starting 11. Starting with the goalkeeper, I'm going to be putting in Robert Sanchez. I think he has a target on his back now with the Jurgensen signing, and will have to put in a good performance here if he doesn't want to be replaced. For the back 4, this is going to change slightly from last time. Reece James captains the side at right back again of course, but Tosin is coming back into the defence in place of Fofana, and with a new partner too. Benoit Badiashile had a rather awful game, and so I'm going to be replacing him with Levi Colwill. Finishing off the defence, 3rd time's the charm with this prediction. After getting a small successful cameo off of the bench last time out, Renato Vega gets his first start at left back hopefully. Moving into the midfield, we'll start with the holding role, and we know who's going here. Romeo Lavia holds down his place at the base. Ahead of him, I'd imagine we see Carney Chukwuemeka rotated out, as he's played a lot of minutes recently, so I'm going to say that Ugochukwu starts for the first time. Next to him will once again be Christopher Nkunku starting on the left. Ahead of them in the attacking roles, let's start on the right. Noni Madueke keeps his place. He'll no doubt regret not getting any goal contributions against Celtic despite his overall game being good, and hopefully will rectify that here. Over on the left, I expect Raheem Sterling to start, as he was pretty decent when he came off of the bench. Up top will once again be Mark Guiu, and I don't think anyone will complain about it, to be honest. He's been one of the shining lights this pre-season and looks set to be a first teamer for the foreseeable future, which is good to hear. Now, I don't think that we'll see as many changes at half time as we have been seeing, so I'm not going to name a second starting 11, but I will go through some substitutes I'd like to see throughout the game. I said I didn't expect Jurgensen to start, but I would be very surprised if he doesn't play some part. He's looked pretty good in training already, so hopefully we get a glimpse into his game in this one. Next, I think that Fofana will likely come off the bench in the defence, as well as fellow Frenchman Malo Gusto, who's been decent in his few cameos. Badiashile will likely get some minutes too if he doesn't start like I've suggested, so I'd expect him to come on as well. In the middle, Andre Santos will likely get another appearance, as well as Moises Caicedo, who's yet to touch the pitch and should see his first 45 here. We need to see some minutes for Tyreek George in my opinion. He was really good when he started the first game and then was a very late sub in the second. I think that he's got a lot to give and I'd hope he'd played some more minutes. If those minutes aren't given to Misha Mudryk, another bright spark that could be the left wing substitute. On the opposite side, I would expect Angelo to make another cameo as well. Finally, I hope we see some involvement for one of either Kin and Dewsbury Hall, who Enzo Maresca has mentioned is going to be involved somewhat in this game, Nicholas Jackson, or Axel Disasi, all of whom have been recovering from minor injury issues and will hopefully be able to get onto the grass in this one. Apart from that, I think this is a good enough team to get a result here, even though it's clear from the press conference that the results in these games aren't concerning our head coach, who insists that the focus is on improving the play, especially off of the ball, first and foremost. So those are my lineups and I'd love to hear from you guys too, so for today's comment question of the day, answer me this. Who has impressed you the most so far this pre-season and why? Let me know in the comments down below with QOTD at the start as always, and I'll heart my favourite answers. Now let's take a look at how Chelsea can navigate this game tactically and see how we can beat Club America in this game. So here we have that first predicted 11. Now, I'm not going to be as too in-depth as I usually am, but I did want to touch on a few things from the previous game specifically, and how to fix them. Obviously, we've got the Celtic backline already here. Before I do dive into this though, I do want to quickly say that I recently spoke about a lot of the things which I'm going to talk about here on the Son of Chelsea podcast with Daniel Childs. The link to that will be in the description, and I highly recommend that you check that out before this if you haven't already. So firstly, let's move the team into the formation that we kind of know that they're going to be playing in. Obviously, we've had a lot of discussion about this role that James is playing in this inverted right back role where he's playing in midfield. And I suppose he has been a bit more reserved than we kind of initially thought he would be. And we'll have to see whether that changes in this game. I don't think it will do. I think for now he's kind of, whilst he's working on his fitness, he's going to play this more reserved role. I think that possibly when Enzo comes into the team, obviously he's now joined up with the squad. If he comes into the team, I think that will give James the license to go forward a bit more. So maybe we see it then. But for now, this is the formation we've been playing, with the left back playing as this left centre back, the left centre back playing as this central centre back, and then the right centre back playing as this right centre back / right back. Now, obviously up top we then have the two inside midfield players who, in this case, I have put Ugochukwu here, which was a bit of a shock to me when we first kind of saw this, that he was the player that was playing a bit more advanced. But usually this would be Carney, and obviously Carney has played so many minutes recently that I don't think he's going to play, because he has played the most amount of minutes of anyone in the squad, I believe. So I've given him a little bit of a rest, and Ugochukwu can come in here, so that's why he's here. This could be someone else. Obviously, if we see someone like KDH come into the team, he probably won't be here, but this is who I would put here personally. And then obviously we have the standard two wingers on either side, and then Guiu up top, who's been very, very good for us so far. Now, I want to focus on the attack first, because people forget how good we were offensively and specifically on the ball in that game against Celtic. Hopefully now that the hysteria of the game and the loss has worn off, people can kind of look at this match a bit more objectively. We were really, really unlucky to not score in that game. We had 23 total shots, obviously one of them being the penalty, so I'll say 22 shots in the game. And this is mainly down to just our wingers. Our wingers were really, really good in that game, and I think it's a shame that the result has kind of tarnished the performance overall, because every single winger that played in that game, whether it was Misha, whether it was Madueke, whether it was Raz on this left-hand side or Angelo on the right-hand side, every single one of our wingers was able to create something in the game, especially Madueke. I think he's been getting a lot of stick because he hasn't been producing a lot of goals or very many assists, but the thing that he has been doing is creating a lot of chances, and he has been so good isolated up against the fullback. And obviously I did speak about how we stretch the play with our wingers and how this opens up the gaps and etc, etc. We've kind of spoken about this in the past, but specifically against the 1v1 wing play against the fullback, Maresca has been really, really good, and he's been always getting into these positions. Now, whether he gets into this position over here on his right foot or he gets into these positions on his left foot, we've been seeing that the final decision making from him hasn't been the greatest. We see a lot of the time when he's kind of drifted into this position that he kind of keeps going and never really gets a shot off or gets a pass off. We've seen sometimes when he gets into this position that his crossing on his weak foot isn't been the greatest and it hasn't reached the man, or he just doesn't cross in the end and it kind of goes out for a corner. We did have a lot of corners in that game. And likewise for Raz, I think we had the same thing with Raz when he came on. He was very, very direct, getting into the box quite a lot, but just the final ball wasn't really there for him, and that's kind of a thing that we're going to have to sort out. Maybe that's due to the unfamiliarity of the players at the moment, because they've only been playing with each other for a few weeks. Maybe eventually we'll get to the stage where Guiu can be found in the middle and he can get some goals and the wingers can get some assists. But what we can say is that all of our wingers had the beating of their man, and we created numerous chances. We weren't the most clinical, and the final balls weren't perfect, but that will improve with time. We know that it will improve with time, and it's just a matter of we need to get through the games and get through pre-season games. As I kind of spoke about in my Feeling Blue after the game, a lot of the issues that we're running into are just pre-season things, and I very highly doubt that they will actually crop up in the regular season. I think by Inter, we should probably be playing a lot more fluid football, we should be playing a lot more clinical football, and basically just being a much better team by that stage. Now, the other thing to talk about was the defending, so I'm going to quickly move the team up a bit here, because the thing that everyone's been talking about and the thing that a lot of people have been criticising is this high line that we played versus Celtic. Now, obviously these are not the same players that played, but just for example's sake, these is where I'm going to be putting them. We had Celtic playing this, obviously, the three attackers, right? They had the three wingers, and then they had the one centre mid in the middle who was a bit more creative, that could play the passes, or the ones either side. I'm just going to keep the one player here just for the example's sake. And obviously what kept happening is that we kept getting players, especially on the left-hand side, we kept getting players running into these massive gap, this massive space behind without really much resistance. Now, people are going to say that this is a silly tactical thing, and I've seen a lot of people compare it to Ant Postecoglou and it being a bit silly. Personally, I don't think that this is a tactical problem. I think it's a fitness problem, and I think that specifically our centre-backs weren't fit enough to match the runs of the wingers that were much fitter than them, and the midfielders in Lavia and James, as well as Nkunku and Carney, who are here, just were not fit enough to press the man on the ball. And that's the main issue that we were kind of having, is that the men that were getting on the ball to play those passes over the top or play the passes down the line were just not getting any pressure at all. And the problem with that is that if you give them time and space, obviously any midfielder, if you give them time and space, that is a professional footballer, will be able to pick out passes. In the second half, I think that our midfield press was a little bit better, but in the first half, it was very evident that we were just simply not fit enough to be able to keep up with the players. And I said it in my preview before the game that Celtic were always going to be way sharper than us, and I was proven right, because they have been playing games regularly. They're basically at the end of their pre-season, and we were just at the start of ours. Now, even Maresca himself mentioned this in the last press conference, that he understood that playing this way and playing this system wasn't optimal for us in terms of being able to get results because our fitness levels weren't the best. But the thing is, pre-season games are practice. It's fitness training, it's about learning, and it's not about the results. Now, the issue is you can't learn how to defend in this system if you don't defend in it. So even though we knew that they were going to outrun us, they knew that they were going to outwork us, we have to play this system to get the players used to playing in this way and playing this high line, because we know how important the counter press of this five at the back here is to this system in general, and we've seen it for numerous occasions in the championship last season. We almost certainly will see some improvement in this game, but I'd hazard a guess that we will see signs of that lack of fitness again against a team in Club America who are regularly playing league games now. So how do we beat them? They like to keep possession. One thing we can note about them is they like to keep possession, and they weren't very comfortable against Tigres when they didn't have it, only being able to fashion 4 shots on target. Now, I think they could possibly struggle in a similar fashion here if we are able to keep the ball well like we'd expect to. And obviously, keeping them pinned back into their own box would be a good idea. Obviously, they play this 4-2-3-1 system. So what will probably happen, what will end up happening is we'll kind of see this from them. We'll see them going into a 4-4-2 of some description with the midfield kind of playing these 2 blocks of 4 here and kind of sitting back. And we're going to be able to quite easily with this system because of how it's laid out with the 2 midfielders here, and Guiu being able to drop into the midfield and creating that man overload when the 2 strikers are here. In fact, let's actually put them in here so I can show you. But when we have this kind of system here, when they've now got the 4 here and we've got the 4 here, obviously we're going to have the extra man with Guiu dropping deep. We can obviously, like I've spoken about before, play through this quite comfortably and keep the ball. And I think that if we are able to keep the ball in the system and keep it ticking like I spoke about before, they could struggle. Because overall so far this season, America haven't created a lot of chances, even in games where they've dominated the ball. So in a game like this, where they might not have a lot of possession, it will be imperative for them to be very clinical. And if they don't get as many chances, they won't obviously be able to score as many goals. I think that if we keep the ball, can create our own chances going forward and score them this time, rather than just creating chances for creating chances' sake, that the Mexican Campeones won't have that much in the way of fighting back. We need to kind of keep doing the same things. We need to keep stretching the back line, stretching our team out wide, and hopefully open up this back line and create these gaps that I've kind of spoken about in the last few weeks. We need to keep getting our advanced centre mids like Nkunku in and around the area. We obviously know how good Nkunku is at being inside the box. I want to see Leslie Ukachukwu up high too. We can see that he's done that in the past. And we also need to find Guiu when he does drop, because we've seen this, and when he runs in behind too, we've seen that a lot of the time when he makes those runs, he is kind of ignored. And in general, I think that the balls are behind from us, from our deeper midfielders or our wide centre-backs, because they obviously like to play the ball up top very quickly. We need to be able to be making those passes quickly and decisively, and obviously that's something that will again improve with more games and more familiarity between the players. But we need to be making those passes and finding the players that are making runs in behind. The final ball needs to improve. Obviously, we've already spoken about that. The final ball from the wings into the box needs to be better. Even if it's not the wingers, obviously we've seen this kind of interchanging play between Madueke and Carney, who's usually here, but this is obviously Ukachukwu. Sometimes we get Carney into this position, or whoever this right-sided centre-mid into this position, and the ball hasn't been the greatest, so if we get those opportunities, the ball needs to be better. And the main thing is that I would like to see better finishing in the box. Now, we know how good Nkunku can be in the box, as I spoke about before, and we know that he can finish. He's been the one that has been finishing the chances for us. We've seen also Ukachukwu be able to score from just outside the box too, but what I really want to see is Guiu getting more confident and getting more clinical, because he has had a few opportunities to score at this point and still hasn't. I want to see the wingers being able to get their shots off. Obviously, we spoke about Madueke struggling to get his shots off while he comes inside. We want to see Sterling or whoever is on this left-hand wing getting shots from this position too. And just in general, we just need to be a bit more clinical and deadly with our play and punish a team for sitting back like this, because this is something that we struggled with, is that when we do not punish teams that sit back and try and counter-attack on us, eventually they will get the chance to score, and because we have less men back, they will score. As for the defending, I think what we are doing can work like it did versus Wrexham for large parts. We just need to switch on a bit more and be fit and ready to run. Obviously, that'll have to come with time. We don't know if we're going to be fitter in this game, and obviously, as I've spoken about before, we know that America are going to be very, very fit because they're already playing regular games. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see where our fitness is come kickoff. For a score prediction, I'm going to be predicting a better result than last time, as I reckon we'll learn from the mistakes that we made and make adjustments accordingly. I'm going for a 2-1 win, with Guiu finally getting on the score sheet and Nkunku bagging his third in as many games. As for the opposition, the most obvious place a goal can come from is the club captain, Henry Martin. We'll have to wait until the game to see if any of my predictions are correct, and as always, I will be live streaming immediately after the game with Feeling Blue to review the match, so make sure you come through if you are able. But if you can't wait until then, YouTube reckons you'll enjoy one of these two videos on screen in the meantime. Thank you guys so much for watching as ever, and remember, in the rain or in the dry, keep that blue flag flying high. Come on, you Blues!